It's another one of those fantastic days on Ben's menu where I don't have to cook and I have someone cook for me. And I've got Lexi from Bessemer. What are we cooking, Lexi?
Ben, today we're just going to do a healthy apricot and walnut loaf in our saucepan on top of the stove.
I like the sound of healthy.
Yes, it only has a little bit of butter and a low-fat yogurt, so it's pretty good for us.
All right, put me to work.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do for me today is we're going to whisk some egg whites with some sugar and just until the stiff peaks form. Okay. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to put the yogurt together because the recipe requires an apricot flavoured yogurt. So if you have trouble trying to find that, just use your natural low-fat yogurt, and I'm just adding a little bit of apricot jam to it, which maybe does take away a little bit of the low fat, but it gives it a delicious flavour. And add our jam.
So I had 2 egg whites here. How much sugar?
Half cup.
Half cup. And I'm whisking that to a soft peak, you said, didn't you?
Yes, please. And we'll just stir this through, just so it's got that yummy flavour.
Not only is it healthy, but you get a bit of a workout.
That's true. Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm just going to tell everyone a little bit about our saucepan. Once again, this is a very versatile piece of our cookware that we have in the range. It's a 2.5 litre saucepan, and whereas you look at a saucepan and you think, oh no, that's just something I'm going to boil my vegetables in, cook pasta in, but this is the magic of Bessemer, as you say. We're going to turn it into an oven. So I might just add all these ingredients. So we've got some carrot that we're putting in here, some chopped apricots, walnuts that we've also chopped, so we'll pop them in. How are you going there with that whisking? Come on, we need a bit more muscle into that, I think. It's not peaky yet.
It's been a long time since I've whisked by hand.
So I'll just mix that through a little bit. And we do have some bicarb and some melted butter we'll just put into there. So everything goes into the pan. Make sure you're using your nylon utensils or your wooden spoons when you're mixing things in the pan. I'll add in the yogurt while you're still whisking.
I reckon you've stitched me up here, Lexi.
I was amazed when you said you were going to whisk it yourself by hand. I could probably have the cake baked by now, Ben.
I'm more than happy to swap.
No, you're doing a wonderful job.
No, I seriously think you've stitched me up. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass it around the crew and they're each going to have a go.
That's a great idea.
Trying to get this to a soft peak. Amy, done all the hard work. We're almost there.
Let's show him how it's done, Amy.
I did all the hard work. I loosened it for you. Lily. Thanks, Ames. Good work. There you go, Lil.
Oh, look at that action.
Like you've done this before. How are we looking, Lexi?
Oh, I think that's looking pretty good. That looks peaky, don't you think?
Oh, almost.
Seems wonderful.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanks, Lil.
Beautiful. Thank you.
All right.
Or maybe you better do it a bit more. No, just kidding.
So you're happy with that?
I'm happy with that. So you need to just pop that into there for me.
You've got lots of kids at home. Get a little production line going, I reckon.
Yes. Lovely. Thank you. And so we're just gently, now we really don't want to do too much stirring now.
Because I worked really hard to get all that air.
Yes, I know. So I don't want to beat it all out.
No.
And then we just add our flour. Now add all the flour at once, because if you over stir, you're going to find your mixture, the texture of the cake just gets a little bit too heavy. So we just want to gently now fold it into the pan.
It's still, I know I've seen this done quite a few times now, but it still does my head in seeing you mix the dough in the saucepan. This is something I used to do when I was at uni.
Yes.
I had no mixing bowls. I had to mix something up. All I had was a saucepan.
Oh, right.
And just mix it in a saucepan and then wash the saucepan out.
And if you had had Bessemer, you would have been able to cook in it as well.
Where were you 10 years ago when I was at uni?
I was around. So it's quite a stiff, dry mixture. And we just then spread it over the pan. So if you really wanted to, you could substitute the white self-raising for a wholemeal. It would just make it a little bit heavier again, but adds a different texture. And basically that's it, and I just give it a wipe around so that we don't...
I know why now.
Good. Let's see how good you are.
Because this bit here is metal, it doesn't have the non-stick coating, you don't want it baked in.
Exactly, because we don't like washing up, we just want to wipe things over, so save yourself some work. So there's our cake mixture in there. We're just going to pop our lid on. Once again, the little indicator on the lid, turn the opening of the vent in line with it, and we've got ourselves an oven. And just pop it on.
It's a very gentle heat, isn't it?
It is a gentle heat, that one, so we'll see how we go. And so we just need to allow the heat to travel across the bottom, comes up the sides. Of course, then the lid grabs the heat, and we go back to our touch hot, which is our 1, 2, 3 touch hot. And once that's at that temperature, it's equivalent to a moderate oven. So that's when our cooking begins. That's when we start timing our cake, and it should take around about the 20 to 25 minutes. We never say exactly because everybody's cooktop is different.
To finish off your apricot and walnut cake, you've got some stone fruit and a griddle.
Correct.
What are we doing?
What we're going to do is we're just going to throw this stone fruit onto our grillette, we call it, so that it gets that nice char, switch it off, and then that will just become nice and juicy, and we'll serve that on the side with some mascarpone cream. So to check that your grill is ready, with all of our cookware, as you've heard me say before, we try not to use it on the high heat. The high heat isn't good for our coating, so everything has to be preheated. So what I've done, Ben, is I've just put this on with a medium flame. I've had it heating now for approximately 5 minutes, but you need to test your pans because different things you're going to do in your pan requires a different sizzle. So for example, people would look at this pan and think, oh, that's what I'll do my steak, my hamburgers. You want a nice sharp sizzle. But if you were doing a delicate fish, you wouldn't want as much heat in. So it's all to do with the sound. So we're heating this up because we know we're going to switch it off with the fruit. Can you hear that nice sizzle to the pan? So we don't have to add any oils or grease our pan. It's well conditioned, so we're just going to pop our fruit onto the grill. Looks so pretty, doesn't it?
Good.
And just pop it on like that. And again, you can actually turn this pan into an oven as well. So just by adding a lid, so this is out of our 32 centimetre size. So our lid just pops on the top like so. And if you wanted to, you could debone a chicken or pork chops or something like that on there, and you could roast them on top of the stove because this lid now turns it into an oven. Okay, so once again, we're going to open up our vent, even though we want a little bit of the juice, the steam to go through and make those juicy, but we'll open up our vent and turn the heat off now.
And we just let them sit?
Yes, let them sit.
And how close is our cake?
So the cake's only about 2 to 3 minutes off. It's still just a little bit, we've just got to wait to when we touch the centre of the cake that it's dry and bounces back, because normally a cake in the oven, it cooks from the top down. So you pop a skewer in to see if it's cooked in the bottom. In Bessemer, it cooks from the bottom up. So the very last part to cook is in the centre.
So we've got a few minutes left on that.
A few minutes left on that. These should be ready and we're ready to serve.
Serve it with some mascarpone.
Sounds lovely.